Hey, what's up, everybody? Wait 1 second. There we go. Hope you guys are having a good one. Oh, you know what? I did it wrong again. There it is. Okay. Hope you guys are having a good one. We're doing something really different today. I've never done something to this extent before, but together we're all going to have a review of the Easter eggs and everything that is hidden in the movie Halloween Kills. Um, the movie had come out in October time. It is now January 11th, and they've released it for everybody to take home, or you can purchase it online. So I think it's safe to do this. I had come up with it off and on between November and now. So yeah, what's up, Sinroth? How are you? What's up? What's up? Um, so yeah, I thought this would be a fun thing to do. Um, the key is not to spoil the movie. We're not gonna. I'm not gonna put out a lot of spoilers to ruin it for anyone. But what I'm going to do is if anybody has seen the movie or has seen the previous movies, we're just going to be talking about all the different little head tilts, right? Head nods to things that had happened in the past, and I think I got a a good amount of them, um, but I'm going to try to go through them. I'm going to try to speak in really broad terms, so I don't want to ruin the movie if anyone hasn't seen it. Um, and oh, and just to sort of keep it moving too, because there's actually a lot of stuff. When I saw it the first time, which was on like release day, I thought, hey, um, you know, um, there's so many. There's a good amount of Easter eggs in here. And then when I saw it again, I thought, oh my gosh, there's like 10 billion Easter eggs in here. So it's like, man, this is going to take a little while. So, yeah, so hopefully we'll get through. We'll get through a lot of them. Oh, feeling under the weather but alive. Oh my god. Hey, I'll tell you what. I'm on the very tail end of being sick, and just from 6 o'clock and then at 6 I got a horrible headache. I took two Motrin, and then literally about 15 minutes ago I took two more Motrin because my head's just like ugh. But yeah, I hope everybody's feeling okay, and it's pretty crazy out there right now. But yeah, just really a shame. We've got all kinds of, our regular illnesses going around on top of COVID itself. So that's not a good thing. But I hope everybody's, I hope everybody's feeling okay. Um, Actually, I had gotten, I had gotten sick around November time, and then I got sick again. Um, about a week and a half ago. And that is really when I started to compile a lot of this. And unfortunately, just like with the fighting games, I'll watch, I commentate Street Fighter, and actually that's how this happened. So, I love the Halloween series. I commentate Street Fighter, and I'll watch it live, and then usually I'll rewatch a special set, and then I'll do a review. I'll like analyze what I think is going on in the set, what I think people are thinking, and what I think, the changes in momentum are, and where things clicked in what people are doing. And I was watching uh, Halloween 2021. I always call it 21. It's Halloween Kills. I was watching Halloween Kills, and my brain just like automatically kind of goes into this whole. I start like picking at things and dissecting things, and I thought, this would be something cool to see if we can try to catch what the special things are in the movie. And the next thing you know, I watched it and I thought, okay, well, there's a really good handful of Easter eggs, head tilts, things like that to previous movies. Then I watched it again and I was like, this movie's like 80% Easter eggs. It's like 80% this links to that, this links to that, and I'm going to try to go through a lot of the ones that I caught. To be honest, some of them my handwriting is so bad I couldn't even figure out what the hell I was even talking about. Um, I'm going to try to keep it really broad, so we're not going to spoil the movie for anybody, and I'm going to try to keep it time aware because there's a lot, and try to make it so that we're not sitting here for 10 million hours, because that wouldn't be fun for anybody. Um, Anybody wants to join in and talk, please feel free. The chat, feel free to type in the chat and everything. So it'll be a lot of fun. What's up, Rock? How are you? What's up? What's up? How are you doing? A lot of movies are today, especially if they are, yeah, well established franchises. That's right. I had seen the Spider-Man movie. There were a lot of references to the other previous Spider-Man movies, so especially with the Halloween franchise too. It's been around for quite a while. There's a lot to go back and forth with in all of them, But okay, so like I said, if you guys happen to have your version, if you wanna watch it while we're going over everything, that makes a lot of sense. It came out today, and you can also get it electronically. You can get it electronically. You can get it at the store. Um, the first thing that I'm going to go over real quick is the timeline real fast. And when I say the timeline, I mean the timeline of Halloween in general, not Halloween 2018 and Kills of 21. I'm saying everything. So we're going to do a quick review of that. Halloween 1 in 1978. That's the first Halloween. Halloween 2 in 1981. Now, Halloween 1 was mainly neighborhood based. Okay? Halloween 2 in 81, mainly hospital based. Halloween 3 did have Michael in it. It was Season of the Witch. He was in the last quarter of the movie for like maybe 5 seconds. They had a scene where it was in a bar and there was a TV screen, and it was like a news blip, and it said mass murder maniac terrorizing a town. It was you know who. He was in the movie, but the movie focused on the Silver Shamrock masks, and that was in 82. Season of the Witch, Halloween 3. Halloween 4 in 88 is The Return of Michael Myers, and that has Danielle Harris in it when they introduced Danielle Harris. Halloween 5, 1989, and that is The Revenge of Michael Myers, which has Danielle in it again, and this is the one where she's not speaking, she's mute. Oh, and once again revolves around a hospital. So we go from 78 neighborhood, 81 hospital, Season of the Witch, we're just gonna skip over that. 88 neighborhood, 89 hospital. So right now we're just going one and one, one and one. Then we have in 1995 Halloween 6, which is The Curse of Michael, and it is going to be heavily influenced by the cult, cult theory and everything. Um, and that is going to be basically out, in a neighborhood again. Then we have Halloween H2O, 20 years later in 1998, and that is basically out also, but more in a school setting. And then we're going to have Halloween 8 in 2002, or yeah, 2002, and that's going to be Halloween Resurrection with Busta Rhymes. And in the very beginning, Lori is going to be in the hospital. So we could say we flipped it back again, back to a hospital, institutional type of thing. But then we switched back to the Haddonfield neighborhood area. Then we're going to go to Halloween 9, which is the Rob Zombie Halloween movie, which would be Halloween 1. This is Rob Zombie's remake of 1978, which, I mean, you could say it's 9. Technically, it's Halloween 1. It's his remake. Then we have H10, which would be Halloween 2, which is 100, which is it was influenced by previous versions of the movie, but it was more of Rob Zombie's personal story put into it. I think he wanted even more control of his version of Halloween 2. If anyone's curious of which one that is, that's The White Horse. Halloween 2, The White Horse by Rob Zombie back in 2010. Then we didn't have anything for a while and that was also influenced by The Hospital. Hospital, very big in Halloween 2. And then we're going to have Halloween 2018. And that is going to be, the institution, starting off in the institution. And then we're going straight to the neighborhood. So you can see for a while there, we were flip-flopping with that whole hospital thing. But, yeah, very interesting on that. And then, of course, 21. And we're going to do the Easter eggs on that. So, if anybody wants to, while we're going through these Easter eggs, put in your thoughts, put in your own theories of Easter eggs, go over anything that you want to talk about. I'm going to try my hardest to sort of paint the picture, but I'm not going to give any spoilers. I'm going to try my hardest not to give any spoilers as to what's going on. And like I said, some of this, my handwriting is just pretty bad, so I'm probably going to be like, what the hell did I write here? Okay, so let's start. The first scene, and I'm going to do these by scenes. And technically, this photo here that I have up shouldn't be up just yet, but it's something good. It's just something important to look at, but I'll explain when this actually becomes important. So we're starting off, the movie starts off, and the first thing we're going to see is, I gotta try to do this without giving the spoilers. I'm gonna try to do this as best I can without giving any spoilers. We're going to see somebody. And we're going to see someone, and they're going to be shocked, because the first person that they're going to see is Officer Hawkins. Okay? And he's going to be on the ground because he was stabbed and run over by Dr. Sartain. And that is, whenever I say it's going to be like a throwback to something else, I'm just going to say an egg. Okay, that was an egg to Halloween 2018. So Halloween 2018, uh, Officer Hawkins is on the ground. Person is then going to see a buddy of his hanging out on the fence, which is another egg to 2018. We are then going to flash back to 1978 Haddonfield, okay? 1978 Halloween 1, and throw an egg. You're going to see the station wagon is going to be parked alongside of the Myers house, and it's going to say another egg, Strode Realty, because Lori's father was selling the house. Okay. We're going to see I'm going to try to do this the best that I can without ruining anything. We're going to see two young officers heading into the Myers house, and they are going to be in the Myers house, and you are going to see somebody in the house, and the window is going to be very important. Okay? Now, we are going to go and throw an egg to 1978's version of Lonnie, who is a little boy, and he's going to be getting bullied by some other kids. And this is a very interesting moment, because where the other egg is going to come in is that Lonnie was actually being bullied by Tommy Doyle. And they go back and forth with each other a little bit in 78. I find it very interesting that through a lot of the Halloween movies, you have children that are constantly running into Michael. Actually, let's write some of this stuff down. So we're going to write down like contingency things. So we got kids, and then they're always running into Michael. They're tripping on him. They don't know where the hell they're going. He's always standing right there, but these kids are always attracted to Michael. Another Easter egg. Lots of playgrounds, high schools, a lot of childlike things even before it's Halloween celebration time going on. Hey, what's up, Max 3? What's up? These kids always run into him face first. I know, right? Yeah, they are. They're not paying attention to a damn thing. You know, and in 78, he puts his dang hands out. He's like, what the hell? He's like going, kid, what the hell are you doing? You know, he's holding him by the shoulders like, I'm standing right here. But I don't know if it's because the kids don't initially notice that there is an adult standing there, let alone a scary adult standing there. They know it after. They know as soon as they look up at him, they're like, oh shit. I think in 2018, the kids on the sidewalk, they were running into him and they were like, oh, hey, sorry, mister. You know, like they didn't. But when I think it was Tommy Doyle that ran in. No, it was Lonnie. I think it was Lonnie that ran into Michael right outside of Laurie's high school. And Michael grabbed him by his shoulders and kind of like held him up and pulled him back and was like, what the hell are you doing? And the kid was like, oh shit. You know, he was scared. Some of the other kids were a little scared. Some of them more recently, well, I guess off and on, just weren't as nervous. But boy, if we keep going on like this, we're going to be here for like 3 hours, guys. No joke. There's a lot in this movie. But the long story short is kids running into him. We have a lot of references to childhood and not necessarily remembering back to childhood, but kid things. Um, so we see this bedroom window, and you go, well, is it just a nice view? You know, what is going on with this bedroom window? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Um, Lonnie's getting bullied. He used to bully Tommy Doyle. There's the egg. Michael not going into, the kids running into him and stuff. Um, not hurting, not generally not hurting children. Um, 2008. This is a random thing I'm pulling out of the air. 2018 baby crying in the bedroom. Walked right past. Baby's not going to hurt you. Baby's not going to slow you down. Keep going with whatever your objective is. And obviously, something as innocent as a baby isn't going to affect Michael at all. Okay, so we are now checking out the Myers house again because the police are there. Okay? And we're going to throw an egg. There's a dog in the Myers house. Hey, everybody, take a look. There's a dog in the Myers house. There was a dog in the Myers house also in 1978 when Loomis and Hawkins were in the house. Also, a throwback to, oh my goodness, I almost said Street Fighter Resurrection. Street Fighter Resurrection! Halloween Resurrection, which is Halloween 8 with Busta Rhymes. Because Michael was living under the house, I think they were trying to allude to the fact that he was eating rats. So they had that in there. Now, I don't wanna give too much away. There was a loud noise. The people in the house were like, wow, what is that loud noise? In 78, there was a loud noise. It was a tree branch against the side of the wall of the house and the window. And Loomis and Hawkins were like, oh shit, what the hell was that? It was same with the people in the house during this flashback. Um, at 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 a point, there's going to be a scuffle. Am I doing this? Is this good enough, you guys, or is this like too? Is this too broad and it's just not fun? I feel bad. If this is too, should I be giving some more details, or am I being like too? What do you think? Is this too? Is this too safe? Because now we're starting to get into some interesting stuff, and I don't know if I'm being too bad. I don't want to ruin it for anybody though if they're gonna watch it. Well, we'll just keep going on like this. There's gonna be a scuffle, okay, and there's gonna be three people involved in the scuffle. And basically, what's going to happen with this is we're going to have an egg thrown to 1978 once again. Michael's going to go to the hardware store and he's going to pick up a mask. He's going to pick up a rope. And I was always interested in that because I thought to myself, like, I don't remember him using the rope in 70. Oh, no, wait. No, he did, okay, wait, no, never mind. Never mind. Okay, so, So the rope is a key player in this scuffle right here with the egg going back to 78 and of course, and also the egg going towards his mask. We're going to throw another egg out, which is something that which isn't necessarily an Easter egg, but it's something that I thought was interesting. Michael is going to bolt from basically the opposite side of the room. Maybe around a corner, maybe out of a closet. You really can't tell. The screen doesn't pan over, but he's going to bolt his ass across the room. Now, he's more of like a steady walker, right? And if you think back to Halloween 2 in 81, Dick Warlock was a very steady walker. And, hey, what's up, Titan? How are you? What's up? What's up? Um, Dick Warlock was a very, very steady walker. And then we have Nick Castle and Tony Moran, who played Michael in 78, and Nick in 18. But there was one part that always sort of stuck out in my brain when Laurie went down the stairs towards the end of the movie, and Michael whips around that banister and starts going down those stairs. He's not walking down those stairs. He's like bolting down those stairs. He's practically going sideways. And I thought, okay, well, technically this could be an Easter egg to that because he's more of like that, you know, steady goes the pace, like the tortoise in the hare, as long as you keep on going. And I thought it was very interesting the speed that he sort of appeared out of nowhere with the rope was very, very fast. You had your Wheaties that day, Michael, I have to say. It was super quick. Chillin'. Yeah, we are. It's if you want to join in, if you happen to see it, I'm trying to do the Easter eggs and all of the references to the past Halloween movies. It's coming along. We're still in the first like 5% of the movie, yeah. But I'm trying to do it so there aren't any spoilers. I don't want anyone to think, that I ruined it for them. Michael Myers. An axe strike. Yeah, seriously, That's right. Hey, axe strike. Yeah, well, yeah, you're right. So we'll see. Yeah, I'm trying not to. I don't want to ruin it for anybody. So I'm trying to be real broad. But it's good. It's good. If anybody wants to add into this, please, please do. Or if you think I'm wrong about something, definitely let me, say it, and then we'll go over it. Um, we see Michael grabbing someone's head. No, wait, I'm sorry. Yeah, wait a minute here. No, wait a minute. Sorry, I'm all over the dang place. Wait a second. Stairs. Neck. Store. Okay, now a gun is going to go off, and there's going to be an accident. Okay? Blood is going to be on an innocent person's hands as accidental. Okay? And Michael, this is when he starts walking. And he walks right on down the stairs, and he's walking right on out the door. And When he's going down the stairs, Easter egg being thrown, in my opinion, Officer Hawkins is going to jog down where the banister is, and he's going to round himself around those steps, just like Michael did when Laurie fell down those steps and she broke her ankle. So we have a switch of positions, and I think that's an Easter egg cameo type of deal thrown to 1978. He's going to take. Long story short, Michael's out the door. Michael's out the door. Loomis is going to be at the bottom of the steps. And we're going to see him. And this is very important. So there's things in movies that I think are the changing points in movies and what drives a movie or a story in a certain way. Loomis is at the bottom of the steps, and in my opinion, he's an Easter egg to 1978, where it's Laurie at the bottom of the steps, because Laurie is supposed to represent truth, and she's supposed to represent purity, and she's down at the bottom of the stairs with a broken ankle, and she's like, I gotta get the hell out of Dodge. In 78, Michael was standing at the top of the steps, which is sort of like a classic shot. Everybody knows the picture. And he's given a choice. Do I go down these stairs and do something bad, or do I just say, you know what, that's it, and let that be the end of it? Loomis is at the bottom of the steps, and he's asking Officer Hawkins, what the hell happened here? He said, did Michael cause all these problems? It wasn't Michael. And Hawkins is at the top of the steps, and he is also in that, he's in a predicament. He's literally in a juxtaposition. He doesn't know what to say, and he's standing at the top of the steps. And that's where these two, in my opinion, switch roles, and it's like an Easter egg type of thing. That's what I thought, at least. But I rewatched them before the new one came out. You want to see Scream 2? Yeah, I think it looks really good. I think that also looks very good. Yeah. Oh my god, I know. I got the scared dog head. I know. I was like, what? He's at the top of the steps? He doesn't know what to do? I was like, oh my god. Loomis was furious. No, just joking. Loomis was Loomis. So opposite. Okay. So at this point, I think in general, don't quote me on this, but I think in general, a version of Donald Pleasance has been in 6 Halloweens at this point. And I think that this Halloween, Laurie has now had more in it physically than he has. Don't quote me on that, but I think that is like with Loomis coming in on the screen. I think that is. I think she has been in more than he has. Now, at this point, this is where this photo comes in. And it's there's two, in my opinion, there's two of the most important freeze frame photos, whatever it is, in this whole entire movie. And this will be the first half, is this one right here, because this is called a pan out freeze frame shot. And they did it in the start of 1978 when Michael was like really, really young. I think he was about 6. And he went and grabbed the butcher knife and he stabbed Judith, right? And killed her. And he had that little clown outfit on. It was Halloween time. Parents came home, took the mask off. Michael, what did you do? And then they filmed it to look like a pause in time, and then they pulled it out, the camera out, to make it like real theatrical. This is basically, in my opinion, an Easter egg to that. So you have Loomis standing behind Michael, and he's like in his early 20s, just got out of, penitentiary, and Loomis is standing behind him like he's almost like the authoritative parental figure. And if you can see down at the bottom, those are all the police officers with their guns out, also authoritative parental figures saying, what happened here? What did you do? Something happened and it's wrong. And this person is the key to a lot of the answers of this, So I thought this was really well done. Especially in a throwback to 78 when he was little. So we could say, and I'm just going to do a broad, what I think is sort of broad on this. When Michael was little and his parents were standing in front of him and they said he did something bad, and they said, what did you do? And he's just standing there, and they grabbed him and he was awarded to the state of Illinois, and Loomis became in charge of him. So what you could say is that he learned from that moment on. You do something bad and you stop and you have a parental figure in front of you, and they're going to grab you, they're going to lock you up. He breaks out, he goes home, he does something bad again, he comes out, parental authoritative figures are in front of him again, and guess what? You're going to get locked up again. So he goes back, and that is the head nod to 2018, right? But the key now is that he breaks out again in Halloween 2018. And he's free, okay? Just like when he was a kid, he was free. Just like when he was 21, he was free. He's now in his mid-60s, and he's free. And he comes across another group of authoritative figures that want to bring him in. And he knows this. And I think that's when he says, screw all this shit. I'm going to do what I want to do. And then he just starts going berserko, in my opinion. So we had 2 instances of doing something bad, multiple authoritative figures, mom and dad, all of the police officers, and basically standing there and not doing anything. And then you're free again. You got all these authoritative figures, and this time you're like, okay, that's it. It's go time. And that is where the change happens in 2021, I think, at least. Although, to be honest, I think Loomis, last name, could also symbolize him illuminating Michael as in shining light on his behavior. Yeah, I think KMK is absolutely right. Yeah, I think KMK, you're right. And he could also be trying to light the way. I have the Halloween book upstairs. I should have brought it. I should have brought it down. I didn't bring it down. But they wrote the Halloween book after 1978 movie, right? And a lot of it had, in the first chapter, revolved around that Sam Hain, the cult, right? But it also went into Michael growing up. It went into him being going to the the penitentiary school, the mental institution for kids, and I have to hand it to Rob Zombie for this. When he made Halloween 2007, he tried to touch upon some of that. And in my opinion, and this is even for the book, sometimes when you explain things too much, it just doesn't make it special anymore. You lose the it's just too explained. You lose the mysticism of it, the wondering, your own personal theories, our own personal theories for all of this. If you explain too much, it can be ruined. If you show too much gore sometimes, all the time, if you show too much gore all the time, it's not the same as high tension and stress and pressure and fear. There's a difference between watching someone's head get split open with an axe, like repeatedly, right? But then it's different when they try to make it like you're hiding somewhere and someone is like, you don't know if they're breathing over your shoulder or if they're like standing in front of you or they're trying to figure out where you are. It's different. But yeah. Oh man. um okay, so where did we go with that? We were talking about large groups of people. Okay, so now we're going to pan out to, I know we just did all of that. We're already 47 minutes in, and we just got into the main intro, where it says Halloween Kills. So when they pan out and do the main intro for Halloween Kills, it's an Easter egg. There's going to be pumpkins, and in the Halloween title screens, there's going to be pumpkins. Well, they have a pumpkin for each Halloween movie, which was a really nice, a really cool throwback, fun thing to do. Then we're going to go to a bar, and in that bar, we're going to have some Easter eggs in there. One of them is going to be Kim Richards, who is Lindsay Wallace, and I thought this was a really good idea. So they had her drinking a glass of champagne, and it was the first thing you saw with her. She had the first glass of champagne, And in my opinion, I think that was because she's on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I thought it was a really cute thing for them to do. I thought it was a really good idea. Um, we're then going to have Lonnie, and he's going to introduce Throw the Egg. It's going to be Tommy Doyle. And remember, Lonnie used to bully Tommy Doyle in 78. Anthony Michael Hall is going to be playing Tommy Doyle, and he was from the Weird Science movie. The two other Tommy Doyles were Brian Andrews in 78 and Paul Rudd in Halloween 5, which was The Revenge of Michael Myers. That's the one with all the druids, and Jamie had a baby, and it was a lot of that. Then we are going to pan over to Nurse Marion from 78. She was in H2O. She made different appearances here and there. It was really nice to see Nurse Marion make it back in again. And Lonnie, who was played by, I'm going to say this name probably incorrectly, Brent LaRage. And he is now being played by Rob Longstreet. And Nancy Stevens was Nurse Marion. Okay, we already said that. Now, we're going to have some more Easter eggs being thrown. Vanessa and Marcus from 2018 are going to be back in the movie. An Easter egg is going to be thrown to Anne Brackett, which is Sheriff Brackett's daughter, who had gotten killed in 78, and she was also in 1981 in a flashback. She is going to make it back in a flashback. I have here Charles Cyphers played Sheriff Brackett. I'm not sure if that name is right or not, but he played Sheriff Brackett in 78 and 81. And we have a foretelling prediction by Tommy in a statement in this bar. I'm not going to say what it is, but he's going to sort of paint himself into a corner on what he says in the bar. And then on the television in the bar, there's going to be another Easter egg going to be thrown, and it's going to be to Julian, who was the little kid getting babysat in 2018. It was really nice to see him in there too. Oh, hey. Oh, wow. Hey, what's up? I'm still on Street Fighter. Are you serious? I thought I had it on Just Chatting. It should be on Just Chatting, right? Guys, does it say Street Fighter? Oh my god. It does. Thanks for telling me. I changed this thing and then it doesn't do it. It just doesn't do it. Wait a second here. Dashboard. Edit. I even changed the thing to Easter egg Halloween Kills Easter egg. Wait a second here. Goodness. Just Chatting. Boom. Thank you for telling me. We're doing the Easter eggs of Halloween Kills, but not not doing any spoilers. Not doing any spoilers. If anyone wants to, um, oh my god, these are all my notes. I've got like 10,000 notes. Charles Cyphers. Um, where was I on this? Wait. Oh, Julian was up on the TV. And he was from 2018. So they had an Easter egg back to 2018. Yeah, and we're not doing any spoilers. So if it's something like big and exciting, I just say, oh, I pretty much just gloss over it. Yeah. He was the sheriff. Did he shoot the sheriff? But he didn't shoot the deputy. He shot the sheriff. Okay. All right. I'm sorry. I didn't know we were on Street Fighter, guys. That's crazy. Thank God, Kittens. Thank you, Kittens, for saying that seriously. I appreciate that. Um. Okay, so we're out of the bar, and now Easter egg. We are now with Laurie, Karen, and Addison in the truck. Allison in the truck going to the hospital, and that was a throwback to 2018. There's going to be a statement, let it burn, and that statement was in Halloween 2 in 81, Halloween 2018, and Halloween 2021. And one of the first people that said that was Loomis in Halloween 2 in 81. Okay. Things burning in general is also an Easter egg to Halloween 2 with the operating room in the hospital. Halloween 4 in 1988 with Danielle Harris. With the gas station. Remember the gas station blew up and everything? And of course in 81, Laurie's house was a gas-fed fire, and that is all now brought into 21. Okay, we're now going to fast forward to the Haddonfield Memorial Hospital. That hospital is an egg thrown to Halloween 2, 1981. It has the same logo. It has the same building as 1981. Sheriff Brackett, who was in Halloween 78 and 81, who with Titan is also saying Charles Cyphers, is Sheriff Brackett is now like taking a more of a security job, a security guard type of job. So he is back in the movie. Yeah, he's back. He's back in the movie. He's back in the hospital as a security guard. And you guys have to remember, this was 43 years later, you know, so he's still doing his thing. Someone had lost their significant other in 2018, and there was going to be a scene to that. Oh, yeah, no, we're not going to talk about that. Let me see. Okay. in the hospital, just the cool thing in the hospital, um, there are signs to everybody: make sure that you get your flu shot, make sure that you get your vaccination shot, make sure that you get all of your different shots. So that's in the movie too. But that's not an Easter egg to anything. I just thought that was pretty cool. Um, Now we're going to shoot out of the hospital, and we're going to go to the neighborhood in general. We're going to go to the Haddonfield neighborhood in general. That's the where the Myers house is. And we're going to come across in Halloween 2 in 81. It's going to be the Elrod house. And in the Elrod's house, they're going to have the 1981 kitchen where this lady was making a sandwich and Michael's going to pick up the knife. He's going to come in like the side door, and then he just sort of grabs the knife, and then on the TV it's going to say, "Hey, there's a masked nut running around town," and he's whacking everybody. She's making a sandwich for her husband. She's going to go over to the TV and go, "Holy shit, what the hell is this shit?" And she comes back and she sees the knife's gone and there's a little bit of blood, and she's like, "Oh shit, someone came in the house, took the knife." That's the kitchen. And they call it the Elrod house. Now, also, the people in the house are going to be playing with some toys. And on the television behind the toy is going to be a flashback to Halloween 2, 1981. Um, in my opinion, there's going to be some action inside the house, and it's very detailed action. I I think that there's two reasons for this. Number one is in my opinion, I think they're trying to show um, when Michael in '78 stabbed Bob the ghost, you know, he was fiddling around, and then he went downstairs to get a beer, and then when he had the glasses, Michael stabbed him, and then he stuck him on the wall like a post-it, and he's sort of standing there, and he's watching him, and he's tilting his head and everything because there's a fascination there, right? I think they took that fascination and they put it in the scene in addition to how extensive the scene is. You could say as an Easter egg to Halloween 2007 and Halloween 2009 for Rob Zombie, because Rob Zombie's movies, remember when I said I think Rob really analyzed like what Michael is about and he exposed it more. So if Michael's about the rage, then he's going to make what he does really gory and makes it like he's out of control and he's just going and going and going and going and going. And I think that's what we saw in this scenario, because to me, in past Halloweens and how I kind of feel like Michael's like a shark. He's efficient, and he hits you once or he hits you twice, and that's pretty much the end. Or it's pretty quick. It's relatively quick. There wasn't anything quick about any of this. It was very detailed. So I might have to do maybe with a little bit of a head nod to Rob Zombie and his detailedness, possibly. Um, back Um, as a side note, there's an Easter egg. I could really pull Easter eggs out of everything, but there's an Easter egg. Hey, hey, what's up, generic? Thank you so much. Hey, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. For some reason, my oh, I know why they're not showing. Here, wait a minute. I think oh no, wait, that doesn't make any sense. Oh, that's because the alert box is all the way down here. Wait a minute here. I can fix this. I can fix this, I think. Sorry about that. Yo, what's up, generic? How are you? We're talking about. We're talking about. We're talking about generalities and what the special Easter eggs are in Halloween Kills, but we're not giving any spoilers. We're trying our best not to. I'm trying to keep it as general as possible, but it released today, electronically and on DVD and Blu-ray. There we go. I think we can see those things now. I lost where I was. Dang. We gotta go all over again. No, just joking. Oh yeah. Okay. Michael's in the Elrod house, and I'm gonna give an Easter egg. He's gonna reach through the door, and he's gonna grab somebody. He's gonna grab someone to hold on to. 2018 reaches through Lori's front door, reaches out, someone to hold on to. You could say they're Easter eggs of each other. At the same time, they're also trying to show they do like little surprises on how strong he is. You know what he did to the door in 18 to break it open. If you are pulling away to break metal and everything like that, it's like impossible. It's extremely hard to do. To reach through a door, and the things that had happened in Halloween Kills, it's also extremely strong. So it's a testament, I think, to it's an Easter egg also to how strong Michael is. Yeah, you're gonna buy it. He has a frame. That's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he did. He had an OP. You know what? His hitbox extended through the door pixels. That's right. Yeah, it did. You're absolutely right. You went right on through the door. Um, but yeah, it was extremely strong. So we're gonna go to the second page here. We made it to the second page. We're gonna blast back to the bar, okay? And what we're going to see is a baseball bat. And the baseball bat is going to be called Old Huckleberry. Okay, so just as a heads up, the people in the bar now know what's going on. Okay, everybody knows Michael's on the loose. There's going to be a baseball bat in the bar. It's going to be called Old Huckleberry. I was wondering if this was an Easter egg to Tombstone. There's a quote in Tombstone that says, "I'm your Huckleberry." I didn't know if it was supposed to go to that, but I thought that'd be pretty cool if it was. They are going to do a flashback to some police officers that are going to be in 2018. and one of them is going to have a head like a jack-o'-lantern, and the other, and that uh, actor is also a prosthetic prop creator, and he made like 99% of the props in the movie. So he did a fantastic job. So we had an Easter egg flashback to 2018. Um, Now we have an Easter egg flashback to um, 2018. The new sheriff in town, which is not Brackett, it's Barker, and he wears a cowboy hat, and his theory is always, you know, don't get everybody riled up. It's going to be Halloween. Let's keep the peace. He's like the voice of reason through 2018. The very calm and unenthused voice of reason in 2018. Hey, what's up, Danny? How are you? What's up? What's up? Oh, Lucille. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, that's absolutely right. With the zombies. Yeah, you know what they could if they put. I think he would do good in Marvel vs. Capcom 4. They could have Michael in Marvel vs. Capcom 4 for sure. There is a horror video game. I think it's called. I don't. Is it called Necromancer? But it's very interesting. It's a really good one. Uh, okay, so okay, so on a TV in the bar, flashbacks to 18. They're going to show the mental institution bus fallen over on the side of the road. They're going to show pictures of the inmates that escaped. Um, they're going to show photos from 1978 Halloween 1. They're going to show Linda from 78 and Bob, who was the beer guy, the ghost guy. And for Bob, they for Bob, they had a tough time locating his high school photo, like the original actor's high school photo. So they ended up finding and seeing a photo of Bob Odin Odenkirk Odinick Odenkirk, and he is from Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad. He's the attorney, and he looks just like the Bob who was the ghost. So Better Call Saul has a little Easter egg in there, which is pretty cool. Um, let's see here, Better Call Saul, and they showed Julian from 2018, who was the little boy with the babysitter. Okay, now at this point, we're going to see somebody in a vehicle, and the vehicle is going to have fogged windows. In my opinion, that's another Easter egg back to 2000. Back to 1978, which was Annie was sitting in the car, and it had fogged windows, and she ended up getting strangled. Um, Nurse Marion from 78, 81, and H2O, which was H2O was 98. She is going to say evil dies tonight, and that is an Easter egg back to Loomis in 78 when he says evil dies tonight. Supposedly there was a radio tower, and the antenna was going to be there, or was there, and that is supposed to be a head nod to John Carpenter's The Thing movie, which is now going to be like revitalized, which is pretty cool. The Terror Dome, yeah, that's it. You got it. Yeah, you're right. The Terror Dome, that's it. Yeah, the Terror Dome. Man, that game is like wild for sure. That's a good one. Um, you're going to hear a radio announcer at one point in time, and in my opinion, I think that's going to be an Easter egg to Halloween 6, which is in 1995, which was The Curse of Michael, and that's the one that Michael was. It was all about Sam Hain and the druids and magic spells and everything, and that's the one that Paul Rudd was in, because they had a scene in there that they wanted a real flashy disc jockey radio talk show host, and I think I had heard they were hoping it was going to be Howard Stern, but he couldn't do it. So they ended up getting someone to fill in that spot for him. But whenever I think of a lot of focus on a radio announcer, I sort of think of that, which is Halloween 6: The Curse of Michael. Tommy's face is going to glow red glow in a red light, and that red light is also a head nod back to 1978. And he also makes a like a foretelling statement at that point. Then we're going to blast over to the Myers house. And there's going to be, and this is when I really realized nothing that they put in movies, unless it's something really arbitrary, like you're in a bathroom and there's like a Kleenex box, right? But nothing is really just put somewhere without some sort of thought being put into it. So we're going to the Myers house, and there's going to be a pitchfork near the door. But it's not just like, it's like the pitchfork is sort of like focused there. You know what I mean? But on the side of the door. But you can definitely tell there it's got presence. And that pitchfork is an Easter egg back to Halloween 5, which is The Revenge of Michael Myers in 89. You're going to see it's going to be the house of a couple, and there are going to be photos of the couple in the house, which we're going to touch back on with that. A child in 1981, which is Halloween 2, is going to bite into an apple, and it has a razor in it, and there is going to be a flashback for that. We're going to see the three masks from Season of the Witch in 1982, and that's the Witch, the Skull, and the Pumpkin, and there's going to be a flashback to that. And then we're going to zip over to the hospital again, and there's going to be a flashback to 2018 where we're going to see Dr. Sartain, and we're going to see Oscar hanging around in the hospital. Um, I'm only doing the Easter eggs, guys. I'm not trying to ruin anything. Um, Allison, who is the granddaughter, is who has the knife still from 2018 from the kitchen in Laurie's house, is going to hide it somewhere in the hospital. We're going to go to the front of the hospital now, and we're going to have a lot of our key people that are going to create a mob. And the mob is important as Easter eggs back to Halloween 4, which is 1988 Return of Michael Myers with Danielle Harris. There were mobs. I have something here about Halloween too, but I don't know. I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know what I mean by that. Um, yeah, I'm gonna skip it. Um, we're going to. Oh, well, yeah. So this group of people is going to go to a playground, and that is a flashback to actually it's a flashback to 78, and it's a flashback to 81, and how we were talking about a lot of children like things, a lot of kids and playgrounds and schools and high schools and stuff like that. um oh, I don't know if the Pterodome's on Steam. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure, to be honest. Let me have some water here. What's everybody thinking so far? Did you guys see it yet? Ugh. It's full of action. It's action packed. I'm not ruining the surprises, am I? I'm trying to keep it very like Easter egg focused, and that's it. After the stream? Awesome, yeah. Well, if you have any questions, let me know. Well, I'll definitely go over it, as long as it's not like a spoiler, you know. Um, um, there's going to be a vehicle. Michael's going to be dancing all over the vehicle like he did when he escaped the sanitarium in 1978. That's an Easter egg. And we're going to see another flashback to 1978 with Michael being in the car, and we're having a reversal of roles at that point, which is, I guess you could also say, a throwback to 2018, because there was a reversal of roles in 2018. You have Lindsay, who is running like she did in 1978 when she was a little girl. and she's running to hide just like she did in the first movie. And then we're going to skip over to the hospital. And then we're going to skip out of the hospital and we're going to see a throwback to Halloween 3, 1982 season of The Witch, the silver shamrock masks. We're going to see a skull, the pumpkin, and then we're going to see the witch. They are going to be propped like they were in 1978, where the bodies are put in certain positions. And I mean, which you could say, uh, we. I'm not gonna spoil it. It's an Easter egg, but it's a spoiler Easter egg, so we're not gonna do it. We're going to see there's a big reminiscence of Laurie and the hospital in comparison to Halloween 2 and 81, involving time. And as a side note, I should probably say this last. Wait a minute. We'll save that. We'll save that for last. Um, hmm. Shoot, I have something here, but I don't know what the heck I'm trying to say. Damn. First time. Well, I should probably just come back to this. I'm going to just put a big star next to it. Come back to that. Um, okay, so we're going back to Lonnie, okay? And Lonnie is going to be running around doing his thing, and he's going to have a little bit of a flashback, and that is going to be an Easter egg to 1978, where Loomis was hiding in the bushes in front of the Myers house, waiting for Michael to come back, and he saw these little kids, and they were going to go up the steps and ring the doorbell or go into the house, and he goes, "Hey, get the hell out of here, stupid kids." And Lonnie's like, "Oh man, hey, I was gonna try to go in the Myers house that night, but I got too scared. I ran away." So there's a little bit of a head nod to that. We have a conversation in between Sheriff Barker and the new head security guard, which is the old Sheriff Brackett, about Annie, who had passed away, and they had Easter eggs and clips from 78 and 81. Um, One person is going to promise to protect another person like they did back in 1978. And the first Halloween in 78, and in Halloween 6, which is in 1995, which is, again, Yeah, the one with Paul Rudd in it and everything, and it was the Curse of Michael. That was the Druid one. Okay. They're going to show Lonnie and Tommy together out of the at the hospital. And once again, that's an Easter egg to 78 where Lonnie was bullying Tommy. In Halloween 6, which was 1995. Wow, they're having. Well, actually, in 4, there were mobs of groups of people. And that is going to be going on around uh, an Easter egg in the hospital. Okay. What's up, Rock? What's up? What's up? So now we're probably about halfway through, and what we're going to do is switch this. So this photo here, now the most important photo is going to be this one. Whoops. Hmm. Yeah, that's pretty good. All right, so 8, 5. Hmm. Problem is that I have some stuff that's written down here, and then it just. Oh, well. Oh, well. Okay. So, what we're seeing here now is that there's going to be a lot of references to Michael's house, Michael's eyes, and I think that's a reference back to Halloween 5, which is 89, um, which is with Daniel Harris when she was mute. She wasn't saying anything. Um, there's going to be an Easter egg to Halloween 8, which is Resurrection with Busta Rhymes, because after in the very beginning, Michael and Laurie are in an institution, and they're up on the roof. And in the end, Michael comes down from the roof and everything, and he has a knife, and he gives the knife to one of the inmates in the building. And the inmate in the building had memorized all of these stats on serial killers, and that's like what he would do. He would just run off all of these stats all the time. And I had seen in a couple of different places that there were some theories that the second escaped person on the bus with Michael was the inmate in Halloween 8, which is Resurrection in 2002. So that would be pretty cool. That would be pretty neat if that was a thing. um, I lost it again. Oh, um, there's a flashback to Michael uh, in regards to the sanitarium with Hawkins, an Easter egg. Then another egg for back in the hospital again. Um, they're referring to Michael as it, and that started up in 78, or, the shape and all of that. Um, hmm. um, we're seeing a lot of very angry people, and that's a throwback to Halloween 4 and 88 again. They're uh, also in Halloween 1988. There was an accidental death in 88, but there was also an accidental death in 81 for Halloween 2, and that was, as of 81, that was Ben Tramer got hit by a police car, and that was the first accidental death, and that was the first death that Michael had nothing to do with. But in Halloween 4 and 88, an angry mob ended up thinking that they saw someone in the woods, and they just started shooting, and it was another innocent person. There is a flashback to uh, Sartain and 18 again, and then another flashback to 78 where there was a struggle scene with Michael and Laurie, and that was done by Tony Moran. Let's see here. Lonnie. Oh, maybe not. Yeah. Lonnie finally makes it into the Myers house where he tried to do it in 78 and he didn't. And he finally made it in this time. Huckleberry's going to make another appearance. Possibly Tombstone Huckleberry. I'll be your Huckleberry. Um, we have a switch of positions like in 2018 in the Myers house. The closet is going to play a role again, like it did in 1978. There was another very extended graphic scene on on the stairwell, which is a toss back to 78 again, but a very graphic scene which could be a head nod again to Rob Zombie's 2007 and 2009 movies. Um, there was also a. I always think this is sort of funny. It's funny, it's not funny at the same time, but I always look at how many times Michael squishes somebody's head. And somebody's head was squished, and There were two squishes in Halloween series, and that was Halloween 4 in 88 and Halloween 8 in '02. Two head squishes. And technically, I believe Halloween, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, 2009, there was another head squish. So three head squeezes. We have Karen saying gotcha again from Halloween 2018. We have Sheriff Brackett saying about One Good Scare, which is an Easter egg back to 1978. And I think that was I'm trying to remember. I think that was specifically when they were in front of the hardware store, and the girls pulled up in front of the hardware store, and he was there, and they're like, "What are you doing, Dad?" He was like, somebody broke into the hardware store. Everyone's entitled to one good scare, you know." So they put that back in it. We have a quote of The Curse of Michael Myers, which is an Easter egg to Halloween 6, which is no, wait, what the hell am I saying? Yeah, no, you're right, Halloween 6, which was 1995, Curse of Michael Myers, the Druid one. At one point, someone is going to look up into a glass pane, and they are going to see a childlike 1978 version of Michael in the glass pane. "You can't kill the boogeyman" quote comes back from 1978. There was a death scene sequence that was very reminiscent from Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho. I watched a couple of YouTube videos, and some people were like, "Man, I don't know about this, what happened in this scene." And I was just like, well, they mustn't have watched Psycho, because a lot of other videos that I saw, everyone was like, "Hey, yeah, this is clearly the Psycho shower scene." It was filmed in a really specific way, and it was an Easter egg to Janet Leigh, who played Marion Crane, and she also had a cameo Easter egg appearance in H2O, which was in 1998 as the school secretary. So that was very interesting. That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool to see, which I thought was really cool. Then if we're going to get into, like, sort of like little special appearance names and things like that, we have Sam Loomis, who is, Dr. Loomis, right? And supposedly there's supposed to be a little bit of like a reference of Norman Bates in all of this, but well, I mean Norman Bates in Psycho with the shower scene, but Sam Loomis, his name transferred to Scream, who was then run by Weinstein and Dimension. So Loomis was considered Sidney's boyfriend, and there were two killers in Scream One, and he was one of them. So that was a head nod Easter egg to Sam Loomis on that. And then we have, well, yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm not gonna go into too much more, but that's you know Michael staring out there, and what can we say from all of this? So, like I said, I usually help commentate fighting games. I help commentate Street Fighter, and what I do is I'll watch something live, and then or even when I'm playing, and I try to pick patterns in things. Um, and if you rewatch something, I try to pick patterns in things, in the fighting games. And when I rewatched this, I was just picking different patterns and everything, and you could say, like we were saying earlier, what is the pattern with Michael? And I mean the underlying patterns. It's focused a lot on children. It's focused a lot on hiding yourself, being innocuous, people not knowing you're around. The kids are running into him. He's not being referenced as a person, you know. Um, it's about playgrounds, it's about schools, it's about high schools, it's about children's interactions and their stories. If you look at it kind of like from a kid's aspect, there's a lot of stuff going on. You're seeing kids going to class, kids getting bullied, kids that are making friends with each other, and um, dressing up in Star Wars outfits, and watching, eating popcorn, watching TV, carving pumpkins, doing stuff like that. It's very kids oriented, but I think because you know it's not blaring, like we sort of don't see that, and it was there the whole time. And you could say, if they're not going to go down the Sam Hain road, where like it's mystical, magical, that kind of stuff, you could say, well, this could be a situation where you have someone that experienced something traumatic had happened. We might not ever know, because he detached himself and stopped communicating. And at that point, you could say, at that point, stopped development. And are we to say, is the reason why he wants to go home so much, he wants to go to this certain window, he wants to go to his bedroom, he wants to go to his sister's bedroom, he wants to go where everybody knows his name, and is that why? Because he feels comfortable there, because it's like from that moment everything else stopped, you know but then you can stop and say, okay, well, clearly, though, this is an unbelievably intelligent individual, because they knew how to drive right off the bat. There was one thing in the movie that really surprised me. about a vehicle that I did not expect, because in all the previous movies, Michael drove a lot and knew how to parallel park and everything, you know? Um, but yeah, very interesting, um, crazy stuff. Oh no, I'm not showing any clips. No, no, yeah, no, no, no. Yeah, because we went over the Easter eggs, so that was pretty. I think that was pretty good. I think that was pretty good. Oh my goodness, KMK is tombstoning. Yeah, he does what he wants. Yeah, so they're just there's a lot of theories. There's a lot of theories, and that's the interesting thing too, because you can't uh that's sort of the issue, because it's like, in the end, I guess we'll never know. You know what I mean? I mean, because he's a fictional character, right? We'll never really know. But wouldn't it be neat if we did? Wouldn't it be neat if we did know? But we won't. We won't ever. We won't. And to be honest, I mean, if they really explained it and they really laid it all out, it wouldn't be special. It wouldn't be as, you know, making you wonder what's happening. Um, but as a side note, I don't know if I should say this or not, but it's a really neat thing. Um, I won't say it. I won't say it. It might ruin it. What goes on in his head? I don't know if I don't know if I think he just thinks of something, and then just that's it. That's all he thinks about. And then everything else is just, well, trying to get, you know, whatever the goal is. I'm not going to say, because it might ruin some of the stuff going on, but I think he thinks of something, and then and then that's it, you know? Um, I was going to say something else. What was it? Who's here? Yeah, no. I'll leave it. Yeah. There's something really interesting uh, that that happens with all of the older movies that Laurie was in compared to this one, and it's pretty it's pretty cool. That's what I didn't do. It's pretty cool when you look at the numbers of it, but if I start going into that, it's gonna sort of it'll ruin the movie itself. So we're just gonna let it we'll just let it go. But what we're gonna do is, let's take a look real quick at the kill counts, because that's important, you know. So not all of the kills are going to be done by Michael. Some of the kills are going to be accidental deaths. Some of them are going to appear on screen, and some of them are going to be off screen. So they're just assumed, right? They're assumed deaths. So in Halloween 78, we're going to have 7. In Halloween 281, we're going to have 9. Halloween 3, it's not official, like Michael movie, so we're just not going to add that. Halloween 4 in 88, there's going to be 15. Halloween 85, I'm sorry, Halloween 5 in 89, it's going to be 13. Halloween 6 in 95, there's going to be 15. Halloween 20 years later, H2O in 98, there's going to be 6. Halloween 8 in 2002, there's going to be 10. Halloween 9, which is Rob Zombie number 1, it's going to be 20. That's a big number. And Halloween 10 in 2009, which is Rob Zombie 2, there's going to be 19. So right now, the leader, okay, in Halloween 2018, there's going to be 16 kills. The leader right now for the highest Halloween kills is going to be Rob Zombie Halloween 1 in 2007, which came out on my birthday, just saying. But 20 kills, which means Halloween 2021 had maxed it with a total of on and off screen and assumed deaths of 34. 34, which is the highest. So they broke the numbers. So they had constant Easter eggs. They had the most kills. And if you take that and add it all up, and you go to like all the different horror movies, horror like scary killer movies. So we go to Scream, and we go to Nightmare on Elm Street with Freddy. Go to Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and Friday the 13th with Jason. It's Halloween 164 versus Friday the 13th. Now there's a contingency on this. Friday the 13th has 196. A percentage of those kills were on-screen kills and off-screen kills. Friday the 13th won. Jason. This is not a ruining the spoilers for a Jason movie. We're ruining the spoilers for Jason. Friday the 13th, the first one, Jason didn't kill anybody. It was his mother. His mom was the head honcho in that movie, which was pretty awesome and crazy and amazing. So out of that 196, Mama Jason takes a handful of that, including assumed accidental kills and off-screen kills and things like that. But the number is 196 versus 164. And to be honest, I mean, we didn't add in Season of the Witch. You know, if we could say, okay, you know what, look, we'll take Jason's mom and we'll trade you Silver Shamrock, you know, and then try to add them together and see what happens. I bet the number would be higher. I bet it would be like maybe 170, you know, maybe low 170s, high 160s. But yeah, Friday the 13th still is the lead for kills in general. Crazy. All right, we'll see ya. We'll see ya, KMK. Bye. His mother got decapitated. I'm trying to remember. I know in the second one he had her like a mummy, like in Psycho. He had her in like this little woodsy log cabin like a mummy. I don't remember if she got decapitated or not. I know they were fighting outside of the boat. Outside of the canoe. And they were rolling around in the dirt. And there was a barn. I don't remember. I don't remember what happened. And the sweater. Oh yeah. Yeah, she had her sweater on, and Her hair was always perfect. I was like, how the hell is she doing all this? Her hair is freaking immaculate. Let's look it up real quick. Her name was Pamela. Pamela Voorhees. And here we go. It did. Yeah, that was it. Jason saw one of the counselors behead his mom. Let's look her up real quick too, just to see. Whoops. It's the game. It says Alice Hardy, who later fought Pamela on the shores of Crystal Lake and eventually beheaded Pamela with her own machete. Wow, with her own dang machete. Can you believe that? Jeez. What a way to go. I thought she drowned, to be honest. I thought she got hit in the head with the, I thought she went after her on the canoe or something. They were fighting on the water, then she went after her on the canoe. She hit her on the head and she drowned. And then Jason grabbed her and brought her in that little cabin thing in Friday the 13th, too. Yeah. Crazy. Alright, guys. Well, that was pretty involved. That was every Easter egg in some sort of a way that I think wouldn't ruin the movie, but I hope it was okay. I really enjoyed it. It was very high intensity, um, high action, a lot of it. Oh, you know what? Wait a second. Um, wait. Yeah. Oops. So, remember when I said that there was an Easter egg to when Michael was in a Halloween Resurrection, and that was in 2002 with Busta Rhymes, and right in the beginning, he's walking through this like sanitarium, and he has his knife, and he gives it to this guy that just recites all of this serial killer information. You know, he's a numbers guy, and there was a theory that that character was in the sanitarium penitentiary that Michael was in 2018, and he was on the bus, and when the bus got overthrown and everybody escaped, he was the second escaped inmate. And that actor uh, he played a really big role in Halloween Kills 2021, and he was really good. He was really, really good. A really He was really good. And he ended up passing away. He ended up dying in real life. He ended up passing away. And I think he I think he passed away before the movie came out in the theaters. Yeah, it was very sad. Um, his name was Ross Bacon, and yeah, there's, it's just a very sad thing. Um, yeah. Of course, he would have seen himself in 18, but let me see here. Yeah, he would have seen himself in 18, but oh my. Oh my. He had lung cancer and was from Pennsylvania. That's closer to Philadelphia area. Well, that's very unfortunate. That's bad. Yeah, it's a shame. Um, yeah, yeah. He gave it to the guy with the fax. Honest to God. Yeah, he did a really good job. He did a really, really good job. Um, it's very sad. But I think that's it. I hope you guys had a good one. Did you guys like it? It was pretty different. You loved it? Yeah, something different, something fun. Um, like I said, I wouldn't have thought until I watched it, and then I said, "Oh, there's something here." And oh, there's something there, but there's so much going on, and you don't want to miss the movie by thinking back and trying to like remember everything. So I thought, well, the next time I see it, I'm going to start, jotting things down. And then I started to like watch all of the YouTube videos and, web pages and, all the different things of all of that. And I was like, there's so much, it's a ton of stuff. It's pretty cool. But, yeah. So I hope you guys had a good one. And let's raid somebody. Unless anyone wants to talk about anything, if anyone wants to talk about anything in it real quick, and then we can raid somebody. But if anyone's interested, this is it. It just came out today, and you can get all the different physical forms of it, and then of course like you can get it online, and have it the digital copy. Um, it has all kinds of really cool extras in there and everything. But yeah, if you guys are good, then we will rate somebody. Favorite horror movie of all time? This one? Um, this one has the most action. Like, let me put it to you this way. If I was looking at a horror movie that was like really intense action, like a Marvel-esque action. You have 5 to 7 to 13 minutes of calm, and then you have intense action. This is definitely it. But I really liked 78. I thought 78 was really, really good. Um, I liked how it was really straightforward. Um, and even now, I can watch it and see things that I hadn't seen before in it. Um, I think 78 was great. I think that 2018 was a fantastic second movie to 78. Um, and if you watch it, it's extremely good. It's extremely good. Um, I think this is a great third installment. So technically, the new timeline is 78, 18, 21. Um, and I think that it's really coming through um, nicely, like naturally. But at the same time, this movie, the last movie was about mirroring in opposites people's positions in the movie. So the people that you thought would be doing one thing end up doing something else. The story was very, you know, it was reminiscent, but it was still really original and thought out. This movie was made with a purpose, I think, to say we're going to take a little bit of everything and we're going to. This movie, in my opinion, covered more bases for all of the Easter eggs, grabbing as much information from all of these other movies and grabbing something special from all of them and putting it into this. Not only did they do head nods to all of those movies, but they also said, you know what, we're going to try to beat the record and have the most kills. So, in the sense of accomplishing things, I think that this movie accomplished the most because it wasn't just creating a really, like, an extremely good story, because 2018 was a really good story. This movie had a purpose of, we're going to get 10 billion Easter eggs, we're going to put them all in here, and then we have to up the damage, and we have to get the most kills. It was like this movie was trying to check everything off on a list, which then makes me wonder how Halloween Ends is going to be, because if this movie checked all the boxes of, okay, we touched on this and we touched on that and we touched on that, and some key players are dead, you know, and we did all of these things, and we did all of our head nods, and we wrapped it up in a bow. I think Halloween Ends is going to be like 18, where it's going to go, you know what, okay, we're going to get on our own path again, and we're going to make it our own story, but we're not going to be so focused on all of the Easter eggs and that. We're going to focus on our story, and I don't know if it's going to involve like as much kills, but it might. But I think the reason why they did so many kills in this one is to specifically get a high kill count too, you know? It is a candy corn necklace, yeah. And then I have this is actually another candy corn necklace. I just wrapped it around. I made these. I got them at I got the beads at Joann Fabrics, and then just put them on a string. Yeah. Whoops. I always go in the wrong. I'm always like half off this thing. I loved it. 1978. What's up, Brett? How are you? What's up? What's up? I was just talking about you a couple of days ago to somebody. They were talking about traveling. And I said, yeah. I was like, I know this guy. He travels absolutely everywhere on the bus. I'm like, that's his favorite thing is the bus. I like H2O. It brings back a lot of nostalgia from the 90s. I think H2O was a fantastic movie. I really do. I really do. I saw that movie on my birthday. My friend's mom had to sneak us into the theater, and I thought it was great. Yeah, I thought it was great, and what made that movie really kind of interesting for me was, and I didn't realize it back then, but for some reason I did realize it when I didn't see Scream right away, but a lot of my friends did. And I didn't get to see it till it came out on VHS. And then watching it a couple of years after that, what it made me realize was Halloween 6, which is The Curse of Michael Myers, in 95, H2O, which is technically, Halloween 7, which was in 1998. And then when they had created Scream after that, was all Dimension Films. And what I really noticed about, and I think I noticed it first with H2O, was Dimension Films seemed very extremely like the only way I know how to say it is like this. When you are in high school and you know the girls that are there, and they are the ones with the hairstyle that is the most popular at that moment, and they have the clothes that are the most popular at that moment. They have the cell phone, and they have the car, and they have the look, and they have the talk, and the way that their hair is styled, and the way that their hair is dyed, and their makeup and everything is, whenever I think of Scream, the first Scream, maybe the first 2 or 3, and H2O, I think of that because it's very I don't know what the word is, but it's like they take what is the shiniest and most popular for that time, and then they package it and they put it on the screen. And because I remember thinking, oh my gosh, and you're seeing Scream, and you're seeing, Sydney and all of them, and you're seeing H2O, you're seeing Jamie, and all of her outfits and everything, and you're just like, it was so it and the way it seemed perfect. And then when I watched The Curse of Michael Myers, which was 95, I saw that in there too. And I thought, what is the common denominator of all of these? And then I saw, oh, they're all Dimension films. I think that's an interesting take. I think that in other in I think those, in my opinion, and the Screams are the only scary movies that look that polished. And when I say polished, I mean super polished. Like polished, like I could never be that polished in my life. And then you kind of watch it and you go, my God, these people are just like unbelievably on point with everything. And when you watch if you compare them to the other Halloween movies, the other Halloweens are more real. They're more like, I don't mean to say like obtainable, but they're more, like I could see myself in that situation. You know, it was more. It wasn't so the super cool kids in school. You know, that's my opinion on it. But that's how I kind of see when I see those movies or like Dimension kind of things. I think, oh my gosh, it's very it's uh you know they'll be in a house. The house will be spectacular, and it's spotless, and there's brand new appliances, and it's like it's barely even lived in. And you've got Drew Barrymore, and she's got her hair, and she's just looking fabulous, and she's just in making a freaking bag of popcorn. I'm lucky I have my sweatpants on. They don't have holes in them. A ponytail that's half out the side of my head. But at the same time, they're trying to sell, they're selling an image, and you want that, you really do. But whenever I see that super super sleek, I think of almost unobtainably sleek. I think of Dimension films, yeah, because it's just like the super cool kids in school, you know. And then you're always trying, you're like, oh, maybe if I do this and do that, it's like, oh man, they're just too perfect. That's my opinion. But yeah, yeah, Brett. But yeah, back to H2O. H2O in general, I loved the story. I thought that the story was great, and uh they have LL Cool J in it, which I think was fantastic. He did a great job. And the Michael in that movie was Chris Durand, and he is a great stuntman. And he did some unbelievable stunts in that movie. Um, he did over the top stunts for that movie. He did a really good job. You know, he flipped out of a window on the second floor, landed on his back on a table. He flipped. He had to break through this you know stunt glass in a van, off of in the back of a van. He had to propel himself out, do a roll in midair, and land on the ground. I mean, those are hard. Those are tough things to do. He did a really good job. Yeah, he did a really good job. Um, and the story was really fantastic. And and who would have thought it was 20 years later? That's really something. Jamie did a fantastic job, and her mom made it a special appearance. She was in it too, And the car from Psycho made a special appearance also. When they have the last panning out shot of Janet Leigh, they also had her standing by the Psycho car, which is very, it's special. It is. It's a special thing, um, to do something like that. And, there was definitely an Easter egg in Halloween Kills for Psycho, so that was good. Yeah. I was not the kid. I was not the cool kid at school. No. I wore the same. I had on the sweatpants. You got more episodes of your podcast. There you go. That's awesome. That's really good. All right, guys. Well, I think yeah, I think we're going to hang it up, but it was a great review. It was a great Easter egg hunt. No spoilers, thank God. We sort of danced around a lot of them. If you guys are interested in this timeline of Halloween, it's going to go Halloween 1978, Halloween 2018, and then Halloween Kills, which is just released today. Um, if you want some other great um, Halloween movies, it would be Halloween 2, which is 1981, and then Halloween H2O, we just got done talking about, which was 1998. They were great. They were some great Halloween movies, and yeah, and that's about all of them. Okay, so let's see. We just streamed Street Fighter 5 yesterday. So let's see who's on Street Fighter 5 now, and then we're going to raid them. And because I switched it to just chatting, but I'm surprised it was still on Street Fighter 5. That was kind of crazy there. Okay, so we have. Whoops, that's the wrong way here. Alright. We have. We're going to look and see if anybody's playing Luke. He's the new character that just got released, so. Wait a minute here. I think we have a Luke here. Yes. Shin Akuma. Oh, well, wait, no, he's playing Akuma. He's playing against a Luke. Let's see here. Oh, Hitman's on. Okay, here we go. Here we go. All right. Very good. That is awesome. Oh, the cutest girl in school. Oh, man, I appreciate that. Thank you. I do. I don't know about that, but I try. I appreciate that. Um, we miss you, Brett. Hey, you better mask up. I am on the end of being very, very sick. And it was not fun. It could have been worse, but man, oh my god. Good night. Good night, Finesco. Good night. Negative 74 degrees Celsius. Oh my god. That's intense. I hope you guys had a wonderful time. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope it was entertaining. There were tons of things going and going into all of the previous movies and everything. And I hope I shared what those things were, but at the same time did not spoil and ruin the surprises in the movie for you guys. Yeah, I hope it was okay. Because I was like, oh my god, no one, especially because I was going to do this much earlier, and then I thought I should probably wait, and then I ended up getting sick, and then I ended up making the list even more, and then I thought, well, I could do it either before everything releases or I can try to do it after. And then people were like, do it after, and really that's safer because then it's like, okay, it's out. But you know I hope you guys had a wonderful time. Thank you. Bye.